Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and got an interesting topic to talk to you guys about today involving pro bodybuilder sponsorships and supplements. So let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing, see if I can skill up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. Alright, this is always an interesting statement because if you've been in the iron game a long time, been around enough of these people, met enough competitive bodybuilders, pro bodybuilders, things like that, notice an interesting pattern there. And I've seen it even with NPC guys. I have seen NPC guys who get sponsored by a supplement company. And the thing you've got to remember, guys, a lot of supplement company sponsorships don't involve much money. Sometimes no money. Sometimes they just involve free products. Now, what do a lot of these guys do with the products? You're like, those are like, oh man, that's awesome. You know, they at least get free supplements. They can use those. Yeah, they can use them to buy drugs. Something that actually works. What I've seen a lot of them do, seen several NPC guys over the years do at different gyms I've been at. They get their free supplements, $100, $200 worth, whatever they are, and then they sell them to kids at the gym for a few dollars less than they cost at the store. They sell them for money instead of taking them themselves. Why would they do that? Because they know whether they realize supplements work or not, they realize the street value of protein powder, creatine, whatever pond algae they're trying to sell, whatever it's worth in dollars, even if it works a little bit, is only going to give a tiny little fraction of the benefits they could take that same $50 and spend on drugs and get. All right, not even just a tiniest fraction. The thing is, though, most of them don't work at all, and that's the funny part. So they just sell them. And a few other things I've noted with that makes a lot of sense with it. In fact, I remember there was a guy on bodybuilding.com when I used to hang around there a little bit. One of the guys there was a major supplement company rep, competitive bodybuilder, pretty big in the NPC. He had been given some free products to sample and review. All right, he had been given products to review. What did he do with those? Well, he got caught on this. On his personal eBay account, those unopened products were found put up on eBay. He didn't even bother to review them personally. He left them sealed and sold them on eBay for a profit. Why? Because there's no need to review a bunch of shit that doesn't work. He worked in the industry already. He was an industry insider. He knows that supplements don't do fucking anything. So why would he waste the time opening a product and reviewing it and tasting this garbage and saying, wow, it almost tastes good. And it doesn't do fuck for me, but because he's being paid to review them, he's going to need to give it a positive review anyways. You don't need to take a crappy product that only works through placebo at best, or maybe give you some gas, in order to write a glowing review of it. It was worth more unopened. He just left them sealed and sold them for $5, $10 less than they cost at the store. Made him a few $100s selling products that he got for free and then got paid for the reviews. It's smart. I mean, seriously, as an insider, he already knows they don't work. Why bother to review something when he's going to have to make up what he's writing anyways? It makes sense. Hell, people would argue about the ethics of it. Not really. I mean, he's doing bad ethics by having to give a review anyways. This stuff's all garbage. On top of that, you know, here's the other thing you see, and you need to note with all these pro bodybuilders doing this stuff. One of the things you see a lot of, and you see a lot of pro bodybuilders will note something. I mean, we can say what we want about their knowledge of diet and training, but most pro bodybuilders are very in tune with what's going on with their body. They pay real close attention to the mirror, and they pay real close attention to how they feel no matter what. And a lot of them note, oh yeah, supplements bloat me. So when I get real close to a show, I come off all the supplements. I want people to stop and think about that for a minute. Stop and think that through. Why are these supplements bloating them? How do they notice this? Because they're lactose intolerant. Most of these supplements have milk powders in them that don't get the lactose filtered out enough, so they're basically cause most people to bloat, and anyone who's seriously lactose intolerant, give them diarrhea and gas. So out of curiosity, you see all the bodybuilders saying this. Let's discuss ethnicity and known demographics. Known statistics proven in science. There's a very disproportionate number of African American professional bodybuilders. Most people agree on that. You look at a big lineup, anywhere from a third to a half of the stage are African American. Pretty accurate? What percentage of African Americans are lactose intolerant? 75% can't tolerate lactose. Ethnically, genetically, they can't tolerate lactose very well once they're adults. It's going to cause them to bloat, cause gas, cause diarrhea. All these guys have sponsorships from these companies, but they're in tune with their bodies. Now you have a demographic up there that's almost half African American, which is a demographic with 75%, 3 out of 4 can't tolerate milk properly. These are guys who pay attention to their body. They're in tune with their body. They know that when they drink this shit, their stomachs get distended and they get gas. Maybe even they shit more. They get diarrhea, get runny shit. Now, that means that approximately, based on that number, at least 30% of pro bodybuilders are lactose intolerant, just based on that demographic. At least 30%. Yet they're all sponsored by these products. A bunch of them know that they can't take the product. They know they can't take these protein powders, but they sure take the money and they sure lie about it. And what do they do with those fart powders, those diarrhea powders? They sell them to dumbass, naive kids at the gym. You know, because that $50 tub of protein will buy them an entire bottle of testosterone or an entire bottle of Trenbolone. Which one do you think is going to give them more gains? In fact, I'll go so far as to say these guys have usually figured out, well, I need to get a lot of protein and nutrients in my body, and when I drink this shit, I get diarrhea. If I'm getting diarrhea, I'm probably absorbing less protein in my diet from what I ate. I probably shouldn't be putting this garbage in my body. Now, most bodybuilders are smart enough to figure this out, that anytime they drink a certain substance, they get diarrhea. Having diarrhea is not very good for muscle gains. And if you get diarrhea every time you drink it, and you drink it post-workout, and you get diarrhea 30 minutes after you work out every single time, well, let me put it to you this way. That's not going to help you gain muscle very effectively. Getting diarrhea 30 minutes after every workout isn't a good strategy for gaining muscle as a general rule. And most bodybuilders can at least figure that out. I'm going to go out there and say that at least 90% of them can put 1 and 1 together and come up with 2. I drink this, I get diarrhea. I get diarrhea, I probably gain less muscle. I need to be getting food in me, not coming out of me after I train. It's not rocket science. And you know, statistically, 30% of them, of your top bodybuilders, are lactose intolerant. They can't be drinking this shit, but they all take sponsorships from it. So what do you think they do? They sell it. Can you blame them? I mean, you got to look at it from this perspective. These guys need the supplement industry to survive. They chose to get into bodybuilding. That's their career choice. It's an unethical choice. It's a dark, shady, garbage industry. You know, and people understand that, but a lot of the young, naive guys, when they first get into the game, don't get that. Well, they get in there and find the money's not as good as they think it is, but at least they get a bunch of these free products, and all the kids seem to want them, so they just sell them. Why wouldn't they? And you know what? Those of them who have been in the industry a while, they know people who are heads of these companies. They have conversations with them. Do you really think most of your serious competitive bodybuilders getting all these free supplements haven't talked to enough people higher up in these companies to realize none of this stuff works? Think most of them haven't had enough time to talk to them to realize, dude, we're just selling snake oil. We're just selling fart powders and placebo effect. It's just a sugar pill. But you know, it still helps though. I mean, even Lobliner and others have gotten up and said, but you know, the thing is, placebos work. I mean, okay, even if we're selling a placebo, people get real gains from placebos. So really, we're not fucking them that bad. I mean, they're paying money for something that doesn't work, but can we say it really doesn't work if it gives a placebo effect? I mean, if they believe strong enough that it works, then they will get an effect from it. It will work, mind over matter. Kind of like that mind-muscle connection. So, I mean, really, yeah, we might be fucking them, but at least we're giving them a little bit of reach around with it, right? So it's all good. That's almost the attitude some of them have. You know, and the bodybuilders know that. They are in the game long enough to know to talk to enough people to realize the stuff they're sponsoring doesn't work. And so you got to look at it this way. They know it doesn't work. They know they're getting it for free, and they know people will buy it. They got expensive drug habits. They have expensive grocery bills. Their lifestyle is really, really expensive. And if it comes down to a choice that month between sucking another dick to pay for your lifestyle versus selling all the free garbage supplements you got, for a lot of guys, that's the lesser of two evils, you know? The lesser of two evils is kind of like, well, I could screw over some kids who at least get a placebo effect from it, or I could take a shot in the mouth to afford my next fix of growth hormone. Of course they're going to sell it. Why wouldn't they? Wouldn't you? I mean, unless you like sucking dick. I mean, I don't judge. I try not to judge. But, I mean, if they're totally straight, straight body, feel totally straight. Okay, I said that with a straight face. I'm going to keep a straight face. If they're totally straight and they're a bodybuilder, I totally get it. You know, because there's lots of completely 100% hetero, nothing in the closet down low professional bodybuilders out there. You know, there's got to be at least 3 or 4 of them. Maybe 6 or 7. But, you know, they are out there. But yeah, ultimately think about it. Of course they sell their stuff. And so when you see it, if you're around a while, you're going to see this happening. You guys hang around enough circles, hang out in enough gyms of serious bodybuilders, you see the bodybuilders selling these products. And then what a lot of them do on top of that, because a lot of sponsorships give them a discount. They get products at like 50% or 70% off. Then they go buy those and sell those also close to full price. Because, you know, that's one of the other big things the supplement industry loves to do with athletes. We'll send you, and I've had a friend who got this exact offer. Good friend of mine who I've actually competed with in powerlifting. He gets a free t-shirt every month, a free tub of protein powder every month, and he gets like 50% off any products he buys. Now, that might sound like a good deal till you realize that $50 tub of protein being sold at $25, they're still making a profit on it. I mean, you need to understand the protein in that tub is probably only worth $1 wholesale. I mean, it's basically a waste product. It's basically pig feed. That's what whey protein was before the supplement industry learned to sell it and market it. Whey was just pig feed. That's all we used it for. It's a waste product from the cheese industry. But it caught on. And, you know, I mean, you got to give them that brilliant marketing. Let's take a waste product that's necessary from the food industry that's normally just fed to pigs, and we'll turn it into something we sell for $50 a tub. I mean, it's downright brilliant. I can't knock their marketing strategy. It's just the ethics behind all of it. The ethics behind all of it. But if you think I'm kidding, go watch. Watch how many of these bodybuilders, if you get some at a gym, go join a gym that has some real bodybuilders at it. Watch what they do. They sell their supplements that they're sponsored by, because most of them realize they don't work, and even if they're still drinking the Kool-Aid and they think they do work, they still know they don't work as well as $50 worth of drugs do. So you're just going to sell them and buy drugs with it. Again, they're in an industry that has a very, very expensive lifestyle, a very expensive barrier to entry, and not a whole lot of legal or easy to make money in it. You know, to make real money in their industry, you sometimes have to swallow your pride and sometimes swallow other things. Just the nature of the game there. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.